Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to round 16 of the 2022 World Cup. This round I'm playing against Roy Kamen. Um, and yeah, half the tournament's over. I've played 15 out of 31 games. So during the 16th game, at some point, I guess that's the halfway point. Um, and I'm currently sitting at 8-7. Yeah, very bad record. I think it's 8-7. And yeah, I'm having to win all of my games pretty much if I want to have a chance to be in the money. Or be in the top few players at least. And yeah, I hope the audio is okay. I have a fan running in the background. It's really hot over here. But should be okay. Should be fine. This won't be a very long video, I think. And yeah, my opening rack was a bingo rack, which was I was very happy to see. And so Gladder can be played in multiple positions on the board. I opted to take a couple extra points here with the placement putting the G on the star. But after some simulation, it seems like it might be slightly better to take the 2-point sacrifice for better placement without putting an E in a double letter score surrounded by double letter scores. And also, I guess, positionally, the G is going to be hard to block. So it's possible that creating a situation with this Gladder, this G is less of a threat later on for ing words, of course, only. Like, otherwise, the G isn't a threat at all. And also, with this placement, G on the star, of course, I played vertically. There can be plays through this R that fork the board and fork the two triples, so that's definitely not ideal. Oftentimes when you're opening with the bingo, you don't really want to do this because it'll create like difficult to block lanes and increase variance. But I decided to take the points. I wasn't having any of it. I just wanted to score some points. And yeah, get the game rolling. So Roy played FEY for 17, and I drew quite poorly. 6 vowels and an R, so I decided to keep ER. It's probably the best play. I did see Oder, but no reason to create this S hook and this double lane to the R. Yeah, just get rid of your bad letters and try to balance an even bingo soon. So, Roy plays drying 22, and here I drew into a bingo. So unrooted comes down for 75, and I'm feeling really good. Roy follows up with MOI for 28. And here is where I made a classic me play. So I have this rack, and there are many things that I can do that are quite good here. I can get rid of my blank for 68 points and play zone 8, which is beautiful. Keeping LT, blocking the triple. Just scoring him too much, pretty much. Like, this is like an insta win, pretty much. Like, it's very hard to come back from a 150 point deficit. I could play something like Res, which is also very aggressive, but also very nice. The ALTT blank leave will actually bingo underneath on the 15 row quite often after Res and end the game that way, and can bingo in other parts of the board as well. Zonal's just probably worse than zone 8, although it doesn't open the triple, so it could be seen as a play. And then there's the play I made, which scored 4 points. And in this game, I really wanted to. Sometimes when I'm not having a good tournament, or I've had a bad few games or whatever, had a bad day the day before, which is the case in this particular instance. I like to make very unsound but cool plays that build my confidence level back up. Because after I lose a few games, I lose a lot of confidence and feeling down on myself, and it causes me to probably not make such good plays. So instead of not making such good plays because I'm feeling down, I decide to make not such good plays on purpose to try and bring my morale back up. So in this position, I made the play of TO for 4 points. And the reason I made this play was because it's a fish. It's a play that pretty much maximizes my bingo chances next turn. And if I run a simulation, you can see that in our next turn, bingo percentage after TO is the highest among candidate plays. It's not that much higher than Res. And because it scores 33 fewer points, of course, the play of Res is significantly better, unless I'm drawing into incredibly high scoring bingos, which I kind of am after TO, and I'll explain in a second. And then there's Zone 8. But if you look at this play, it's actually not that bad when you look at its value compared to the other two candidates that I put on the board. And I sort of knew that this wasn't such a bad play. I knew it was unsound, and it could lead to me just not winning the game sometimes, and quite sad. But it's such an awesome play. And the reason it's an awesome play is that it fishes for very many bingos. And I didn't even see all of the bingos that it fished for. When I played TO, I saw that I was fishing for Lazaretto, Lazaretto, which was only possible because I put the TO there. That was the main reason I played this, because I knew the word Lazaretto and thought it'd be really cool to play it. I saw Glaziest with the draw of an I or an S. I saw that I have Zone 8 anyway. I saw that I had Latinized, Platinize through the I and the N. So that's with a P draw, an E draw, an S draw, or a D draw. I hit all of those words. And that was what I saw pretty much. And it's interesting because there are other words I can hit here that are pretty good as well. And if I draw another, if I draw an N, for example, I have two really, really cool bingos, Hazelnut and Teaseling to the G. And if I draw an H, I have Hazelnut. And I think there might have been something else that I missed. Those are the ones that I remember off the top of my head. So with like an extremely large amount of tiles, all the I's, all the E's, all the A's, R and S, like I'm hitting with 70% of my draws, pretty much, like 2/3 of my draws, which I thought was really cool. So that's why I made the play of TO, knowing that it wasn't the best play. Trust me, I'm not just like cheesing you guys. Of course, a play for 4 points in the position where I'm up 80 points is not going to do it when I have such high scoring plays. But I thought it was a really nice play, and I thought it would boost my morale. And it did. I played TO. Roy played HOE. And another reason to make a play like this is potentially it will frustrate a lot of your opponents. At the top level, opponents also know that playing a tee off for 4 points cannot be right in this position, and it makes them overthink what's happening sometimes. It makes them make weirder decisions, not really know what to do, burn time on the clock, and yeah, psychologically it's a good play as well. But Roy played Ho. I don't know how affected he was, but Yeah, so I draw the eye, so I hit platinize, latinize is latinized, and glaziest. However, the very funny thing about this move is that I didn't see teaseling, and this is made even more hilarious by the fact that in May of this year, so 2 months prior to the event of the 2022 World Cup, I had a game against Joel Horn. If you've been watching all my videos, you might remember this, where Joel Horn played tonalize from a T at 01 with a blank O, which is not a word, and I challenged it off. And when the play came off, I realized that he had the word teaseling from the T for 131 points with a blank G. For sorry, 128 points actually, I think. 22, yeah, 128 points because it was a blank G rather than a real G. And I was like, okay, he missed teaseling, great. Oh, he's probably gonna miss it again, and he missed it again the next turn. And here I missed the exact same word for 131 points. So yeah, hard word to see. For some reason I saw that my opponent had it, but not that I had it in a like tournament game not so very long after. So yeah, that's sort of karma for me maybe of thinking that like, oh wow, how could this guy miss teaseling twice? Which I didn't really think that. I was like, yeah, it's obviously possible to miss that. Anyways, just really, really stupid. 27-point difference. Um, and of course, my play of TO worked out beautifully, but could have worked out even more beautifully. So I played Glazius for 104, and I'm up 167. And luckily in this game, I had no idea that I'd missed teaseling, and I didn't realize it after making my play. And so my morale was boosted until I looked over the game a couple days later and realized how bad I was. So yeah. In this position, Roy finds the nice play of Oidia for 25, struggling with his racks, of course. And I actually had this game all set, but I screwed it up by pressing enter, but that's fine. So here I played Reposal just to score some points. It was probably might have been sounder to make a lower scoring play in this position, but I just wanted to play points and continue in the same vein as before. Roy plays Jin, and yeah, the rest of this game isn't so notable, so I'll go through it a bit faster. I play Vast. Roy plays Wares. I think here I missed a word. Yeah, Good might have been better. I played Doge. Good does set up a triple, but I'm still winning after triple, so might just be a better play because it gets rid of the U. Lure. I can never pronounce the word lure. Normal English word I just can't pronounce. So here I played XI, just scoring, saying, okay, if you bingo, you bingo. Roy draws the Q after playing his U, of course. Here I played buckets, just not even caring about my S, just trying to play a lot of tiles, maybe draw the last blank. Roy plays views, 41. Also, just playing his S off for extra points. Because the S doesn't matter. Nobody cares about the S, right? It's not such a good player. Good tile. So here I played Civet, not wanting to open anything up. And yeah, just leaving this 5-row as a bingo lane. Keeping 2 R's, but that's fine. On the closed boards, it's really not a big deal to keep duplicates, especially when you're just winning every game. And here I drew the blank. and I'm trying to draw into like prename, premune sort of stuff. Although, yeah, I'm emptying the bag with this play of Rex and only threatening these plays, and a lot of the time Roy's best plays already block the spot, so it could be argued that something is better than this, but maybe I was hoping for some luck that he either wouldn't see my bingo or wouldn't block or would have mistracked or something. Always good to leave that possibility when the opportunity arises. And yeah, he played Tufa. I drew the N, so he had this rack. So he played Tufa. And actually, this part of the game is also really interesting. Maybe I'll leave it as a puzzle here. What is the best play in the end game here? It's a very, very complex end game that actually Quackle, the software I'm using, was not able to solve at the same level as me. Quackle, of course, takes a shorter amount of time to calculate endgames than a human being might. But yeah, this is a position where Quackle's calculations were slightly off, and it just didn't consider the play that I saw, because it well, I'll let you pause the video to try and find the best play here, for all of you Scrabble heads out there that try to solve endgames. I don't know how many of you there are. I'm one of those that likes to try to solve puzzles. But here I made the play of in for 14, and looks very weird, but the idea is pretty simple. Or not maybe pretty simple, but it's simple when I tell you that I know that I have the word pre-noon available. But if I play pre-noon now, it gives Roy too much on the triple, and so I wanted to leave it open. But if I don't, if I don't play noon here, or if I don't play REIN, Roy can actually block with AUREI and potentially stick me with the P or some other letter because the board is just super closed. So the idea of in is to protect the word pre-noon, make it impossible to be blocked. Roy can only play HUH, which just gives 5 extra points for pre-noon. And it'll leave me with an M, which I can play next turn in a variety of spots. So yeah, happy with this find. I did have to do some calculation. You can see this calculation on the bottom of my score sheet. Oh my god, my fan is blowing this paper. But yeah, I did some math. And Roy played hat here. I played sim, so as not to play pre-noon yet. Give Roy better stuff, or better plays. Here Roy played qua. Sorry, I mean pre-noon doesn't actually change anything. I don't know why I was saying it does, but no, I could have played pre-noon before sim. It makes no difference the move order. And yeah, I got with pre-noon and went 506 to 335. So a really good win. Confidence booster to play TO. Of course, if I had known that I'd missed Teasling, that would have been total betrayal of my own confidence, and I might have continued spiraling downwards in the tournament. And who knows, maybe I will. But after this game, I was 9-7, and hoping to continue to improve my record until the end of the 31 games. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that game. I thought it was pretty cool. A couple of positions in it, the TO position and the endgame position. And yeah, I'll see you guys for round 17.